experience in Azure also.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is about me.
Yeah, thanks.
So actually, I'm looking for to change the to add my additional technology in PostgreSQL. One of my friend refer you, so that's the reason. And I saw your videos in YouTube. It is very good and explanation is very good. So I thought I can get knowledge and I think lab session is also available. So that is very good to practice and to get more knowledge. Based on that one, I have to put the experience and move forward further with my technology and PostgreSQL. Yeah,
Yeah, that will good. Yeah,
thank
definitely it will help you. Lot of help you if you after this training PostgreSQL. Yeah, thanks, Renos.
you.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Who are newly joined today?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Lakshmi. I'm Lakshmi. I have 2 years of work experience as an Oracle DBA. Right now, I'm working purely on Oracle DBA, so I just want to upskill. That's why I joined this Postgres class.
How much you have experience? Sorry, I missed.
I have 2 years of
Oh, okay.
experience.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, thanks, Lakshmi. Yeah, it will okay, lot of help you. So Oracle with the Postgres, it's a highly it's a combination. So the more
Mm,
priority is there in outside. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. If any other new folks are there, please go ahead. If any newly joined today, Imran.
Yeah, hi, this is Imran. I am having around 10 years of experience with me. My primary skill set is SQL Server DBA, MS SQL Server. And I'm looking forward to join this training for Postgres as a secondary skill sets. And I get the recommendation for you from one of my friend who did it earlier. So I'm looking forward for this. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Imran.
Two minutes. And
Yeah, hi, Are. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead. Hello, Hari. I am not able to hear you.
nothing much. Sorry, I was unmuted.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Hari. Just okay. May I know like your work experience and background. So let's just giving introduction about all of you one by one. Just you if you can go ahead and give your background.
I have like 5+ years of experience in Oracle DBA.
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks. Any new folks are there? Okay, I think okay. So I think mostly of our students in my students are there. So just they are new to this IT platform, IT industry. So just they completed a basic Linux and SQL, PL SQL. They are ready to take up this DBA course. Okay, so can say okay today just PostgreSQL DBA demo only. Okay, tomorrow onwards the regular classes will start. So let me PostgreSQL DBA. Okay, so there are many databases are there in industry like okay Oracle database, PostgreSQL, MySQL, SQL Server. So like this, there are many databases are there. So out of this, okay, the more demand is there for PostgreSQL DBA. So if you want to get as a DBA role, so we have to first Linux basic commands required, then SQL, PL SQL. So these are the basic prerequisites to get a DBA course. So once this completed, we can go and take any DBA course. So we can take a PostgreSQL DBA or Oracle DBA or so MS SQL DBA etc. These are the basic prerequisites to take DBA course. So out of this, why we are taking this PostgreSQL DBA? Why this much huge requirement? There are huge demand is there for PostgreSQL DBA. So the main reason is, okay, this PostgreSQL database, it's a open source platform. It's a open source database. So open source, can say open source database. So what is the meaning of open source? Like it's not required any license. If you want to use a PostgreSQL database for your application, it's not required any license. Not required for any license. So if you take enterprise database, suppose Oracle, PostgreSQL also there. PostgreSQL available, open source edition and enterprise edition. So these are the keywords we have to understand first. So what is the meaning of open source? Means wherever you see that is open source operating system, open source database, open source some application software, wherever you see keyword open source, there if you want to use that database, that operating system, whatever that product, if you want to use open source product, there it's not required to take the license. So means it's available free of cost. It's available free of cost. No need to take any license. So it's available free of cost. Yes, anyone can utilize without any license. They can go and use PostgreSQL database, open source database. People call as a community PostgreSQL database, community PostgreSQL or open source. Both are same. Open source PostgreSQL or community PostgreSQL database. So for this, it's available free of cost. No need to take any license. So wherever you see enterprise keyword, so that could be operating system, that could be database, that could be some other software. So if you see enterprise keyword means it's not available free of cost. Must and should take license. We have to take the license. Means you have to pay the some amount yearly. So you have to take the license. Then only you can use this enterprise database. So what are the enterprise database are there? Oracle is the completely licensed database. It's not a open source database. Oracle is a completely enterprise database. Please. Okay, we'll take it. If you have any queries, just keep on mute. Okay, I will ask you if you have any queries. That time we'll discuss. Okay. So enterprise is a Oracle database. You can say it's not a open source database. Means if you want to use Oracle database for your application, you have to take the license. Suppose I want to use PostgreSQL. Yes, you can take either open source PostgreSQL or enterprise PostgreSQL. So what is the difference between open source and enterprise database? So what are the advantages here? You can say advantages of open source PostgreSQL. Open source. Okay. What is the advantage? You can say no need to take any license. No need to take any license. Okay. So no, it's not required any license. Yes, you can. It's available free of cost. You can download and you can utilize. What are the disadvantages? What are the disadvantages? So here there is no vendor support. Vendor means who developed the product. They can assist you if you have any issue. So here, if while using this open source PostgreSQL database, if you face any issue, we have to fix. By getting the information Google, by getting the information friends, colleagues, our own itself, we can fix the problems. What are the issues you are facing if you are using open source database? That is the disadvantage. Suppose there is issue, we are not able to fix. So the application, we are not able to access the users, end users. So that is the main concern. That's why clients are taking the enterprise version of PostgreSQL, enterprise database. That is PostgreSQL. So for enterprise PostgreSQL also, we have to take the license, but the license cost is too low. The license cost is too low compared to other databases. That's why most of the projects they are taking enterprise PostgreSQL database. Who provide this enterprise PostgreSQL database? There is a EDB, third party IT software company. They developed a PostgreSQL database, enterprise PostgreSQL database. They sell the product, some license cost. So if you want to go with the enterprise PostgreSQL database, you have to take the license from EDB company. So for Oracle, Oracle is a third-party IT organization. They developed their own database, Oracle database, some other database also. The same way, if you want to take the enterprise PostgreSQL database, you have to take the license from EDB. The license cost is 10 times less compared to other databases. That's why all the database projects, they are migrating from other databases to PostgreSQL database. That is the main reason. So this much huge requirement, this much demand is there for PostgreSQL DBA. And outside, it's tough to get a PostgreSQL DBAs. We have Oracle DBA, immediately we'll get a bunch of profiles. If we have SQL Server, yes, internally, there are a number of people are there. But if you need PostgreSQL DBA profile, it's tough to get in even outside also. Competition is very less, and the subject wise, if you compare with Oracle, Oracle is complex. There are many topics are there. If you compare with the PostgreSQL, it's very less topics are there. So that's why we can easily learn PostgreSQL database. We can enjoy our job if you as a PostgreSQL DBA role. So these are the main reasons. In outside, there are huge demand is there, huge openings there for PostgreSQL DBA. Any queries from anyone?
Yeah, feature-wise, open source or enterprise is same or have some different features?
It's almost okay. 85% almost same. There are little bit features they added EDB on top of open source only. They added some features. So that's why little bit features different between open source and enterprise
Okay.
database. Yes, almost same. There are 10% features are different.
We will discuss that later on.
End of the course. Yes. EDB, the main course will drive on open source platform only. So what are the differences? How to install the basic installation? So only the difference 10%. Those 10% of differences will discuss end of the course. Will take classes on EDB databases. The main majority course will drive on community version PostgreSQL because everything is same. The file structure, architecture, everything is same. Only the extra features developed by EDB, those features will discuss end of the course. Yes. If you complete this training, you can work any type of database. That could be open source, that could be EDB. Any other queries? Clear, Imran?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say, okay. So can say who developed this PostgreSQL, who is the author of this PostgreSQL database. So can say here, let me, yeah. So Mitchell Stonebreaker is the author of PostgreSQL develop. Initially, they developed PostgreSQL database. He is the team lead with the help of colleagues. They developed first the database name is Ingress database. The given name is first database Ingress. Later, they renamed Ingress to Postgres in the year 1986. So, who developed this database? Mitchell Stonebreaker is the lead. So, he is taking help of colleagues. they developed the data. First database name is Ingress. Later, they renamed the database is Postgres in the year 1986. Then later they release versions. The first version is PostgreSQL 6.0. The first version they released in the year 1996. The first version is 6.0. But last 3-4 years onwards, they made many changes. They added many changes. That's why all the projects they are started using this PostgreSQL database from last 4 years onwards only. It's not a new database. It's there in the since 1996 year onward. But mainly the clients they started using last 4 years onwards because they added many changes last 3-4 years onward. The first version of PostgreSQL database is 6.0 in the year 1996 they released. So later they released one by one. These are the versions. You can see here 6.3 in the year 1998. So like this, they added these are the major versions. 7.0 in the year 2000, 2005 8.0, 9.0. So 9.6 is the stable version equal to Oracle 9i. Equal to Oracle 9i. So later they released Postgres 10.0, 11, 12, 13.0, 14. Recently they released Postgres 17 also. But in the industry they are using Postgres 13 or 14. In the real time they are using either 13 or 14. There is no big differences between 13 or 14, 14 or 15. So we are driving the course. Okay, so we are driving this course, this version 14.0. So it will cover all the what are the practical steps. It will same for any version. The same steps it will work for 15 or 16. So we are main concentrating on 14 because the current industry they are using still 13 or 14. Recently they upgraded to 14. So we are taking this 14.0 version. These are the PostgreSQL versions. Next. So you can say I am saying this is the open source database. So no need to take any license part. So where we can download this PostgreSQL database. So this is the website where we can download PostgreSQL database without any license. Means it's available free of cost. Go to this website, you can download PostgreSQL database without any license. It's not required any license to download PostgreSQL database from this website www.postgresql.org. Here, if you want to get the documentation, open source, if you want to get the documentation of PostgreSQL database, yes, in the website there is a documentation. You can get the documentation, how to start, how to install, each and everything. In the documentation, you can get all the steps. So if you want to download this PostgreSQL, yes, you can say when you open this website, there is a download option. You can click on download. We'll get all the versions with respect to operating system. You have to select which operating system you need. Then select which version you can download like this. So here there is no vendor support. There is no commercial support. Means we are not paying anything. But there is a community version is there. There is a community group is there. If you join community group, you can see here community group. If you join this community group, if you have any issue, just you can post here. If someone already existing members, they know solution, they can reply to your post. But this is not guaranteed. This is not guaranteed. If you take an enterprise database, if you have any issue, simple we can raise a ticket with the support.oracle.com or support.edb.com. Immediately they can join based on the priority. They can join and they can fix the problem. So that is the difference between community version enterprise PostgreSQL. In case of enterprise database, we have to pay the license cost to utilize the database. So at the same time, we can get the support while using the database. If you have any issue, based on the priority, they will come in Zoom meeting. They will fix our problem. That is happening in the enterprise database. There we are paying something license cost.
In case of open source database, no need to pay anything. At the same time, we are not getting any vendor support. There is a community group is there. If you join community group, if you can post your issue. If someone knows, they can reply to your post. That is not guarantee. This kind of support available open source database. Okay. So you can say commercial support. So EDB, we know this is the commercial database, means enterprise database. So where we can download enterprise database, this is the website www.enterprisedb.com. So there you have to go to this website. You can download. So if you want to, if you need support, yes, you have to take the license from this website. You can take the license. Then you can get the vendor support while using this EDB database if you face any issues. So till this September 2020, there are two commercial database available. One is EDB, other one is Second Coordinate. This Second Coordinate company also, they developed one commercial database, one enterprise database, Second Coordinate PostgreSQL database. So, but in the year 2020, EDB acquired this company. EDB acquired this company. From 2020 onwards, there is no competition for this EDB enterprise PostgreSQL database. If anyone need enterprise PostgreSQL database, they have to use this enterprise DB only. Now, in the industry, there is no only one licensed PostgreSQL database available, which was developed by, which was provided by EDB organization. Okay, clear? Next, what are the features are there? You can see here, if you take PostgreSQL database, you can, it support a language support, means you can use this PostgreSQL database backend for database to store the, for maintaining the data. You can use this PostgreSQL database, open source database, whatever open source or EDB. Front end, you can develop your application with any language, with any language. You can develop your application, front end application using Python or Java, C, C++, Java, whatever. Means front end, you can develop your application with any language. Back end, I can support using my database, that is PostgreSQL. Next, free to download, means just now we discussed there is no license is required. There is no license. So to utilize this PostgreSQL database, if you want to, if you need enterprise database, that time we need a license. So for a community version PostgreSQL database, it's not required any license. We can download and utilize the database for your project. So compatible on several operating systems. This database, you can install any operating system. You can install Windows, Linux, Mac OS, whatever. It's compatible on several operating systems. You can install anywhere, any operating system. So support multiple features of SQL. You can say, so PostgreSQL, what are the features available Oracle database? Almost everything it will support in this PostgreSQL as well. So that's why they are thinking to why we need to pay. It's too much cost available, license cost is there in Oracle. So they started migrating from other database to PostgreSQL. If the application is critical, they can go with enterprise PostgreSQL database. If application is non-critical, they can go with a open source database. Clear? Any queries? So what are the database limits? You can say there is no limitation. It's unlimited for database size. So maximum table size 32 terabyte. Maximum row size 1.6 terabyte. Maximum field size. So row per table unlimited. Maximum columns per table. These many columns you can maintain inside the table. Maximum indexes per table unlimited. So these are the database limits. So common database objects. Some terminology is different in case of PostgreSQL. In industry or Oracle, you can say table or index. Here you can say relation. Relation means table. Means table or index. Here you can say rows, means records. Here you can say tuples. In case of Postgres, you can say tuples means records. Here you can say columns. Here you can say attributes. Attributes means columns only. Here data block. When my block is in disk, you can say data block. Here, when block is on disk, you can say page. The page size, block size is same, 8 KB. So here you can say buffer. When block is in memory, you can say buffer. Here you can say page, reverse. So these are the some common database terminology different compared to PostgreSQL other databases. Any queries from anyone? Okay, so if no queries, okay, we'll continue. Okay, so we'll take Oracle DB. We'll compare with Oracle database. So can say in Oracle database there is a okay. So there is a core DBA part. Let me write. There is a core DBA part. What is the core DBA part means? So installations, table space, data files, backup and recovery, data guard. These are the things. So let me installations, table spaces, data files, then user management, then backup and recovery, data guard, ASM. This is for we can say core DBA part. So what if you take PostgreSQL DBA? PostgreSQL DBA. What are the topics here? The same core DBA part is there. The same core DBA topics are there. If you go with any database, these are the topics are mandatory. We have to maintain the table space. We have to know how many installations, what are the uninstallations. We have to maintain table space. We have to maintain data files, user management, how to give the access, how to revoke, then how to take the backup, different types of backups, how to restore, recovery, how to maintain the data guard means it's a replication of data replication for one server to other server. So here ASM it's only available in Oracle, automatic storage management. So if we take PostgreSQL DBA, the same topics available, there is no ASM. Instead of data guard, here you can say streaming replication. The concept is same. To replicate the data from one server to other server, primary to standby. Here, the same concept, but the terminal is different. Streaming replication. We are streaming the data from one server to other server. So here you can see if you take ASM extra topic under rack also there. There is no ASM, there is no rack in case of PostgreSQL DBA. Here if you take GG, Golden Gate. So what is the use of GG? To replicate the data across platforms. Suppose Oracle to PostgreSQL, I want to replicate the data. You can use Golden Gate. Within the Oracle database, you can use data guard. If the source and target same database, if you want to replicate the data, you can use data guard. If in case of Postgres, we can use streaming replication to replicate the data from one database to other database. Both the database are same database, you can use streaming replication. If the source is different, target is different, the database, you can use GG. So there is no ASM rack GG in PostgreSQL DBA. So the topics wise, if you compare, almost half of the syllabus does not exist in PostgreSQL. The simple core DBA part. That's why easily you can learn this PostgreSQL DBA. So easily we can enjoy our DBA if you are PostgreSQL DBA. If Oracle DBA, there are many issues coming daily. We have to know ASM, we have to know rack, we have to know everything. GG also should be there. If you have Oracle database, almost GG also there. These many things we have to know if you work with as a Oracle DBA. If you are a Postgres DBA, just we have to know these all the things. That core DBA part only. Clear? Any queries from anyone? Okay, so let me Okay. So let me. So if you install any database, what we require? We need a home location. We need a data files location. So home location means where you install the database software. If we take a Oracle database, suppose 11 version, 11G. So for Oracle database, I want to install Oracle database binaries. For that, I need one location, one directory. So suppose I can use this location to install Oracle binaries. So this location we called as a Oracle home location. Means where you installed, where you want to install Oracle binaries, that location we called as a Oracle home location. Data files. Where you want to keep the data files. Data files, what is the purpose of data files? To store the data. For any database, backend data will be stored physically inside the data files only. So data files where you want to keep at OS level, suppose I can use this location to keep my data files. So this location we call as a data files location. In case of Oracle, there is an inventory. We need separate location inventory. So what is the default port number Oracle 1521? What is the super user default super user sys user? The same way if you take PostgreSQL database, this is the PostgreSQL home location in case of Windows operating system. In case of Windows, C program files PostgreSQL 14. This is for home location. Means inside the by default, if you install PostgreSQL database on Windows, by default PostgreSQL binary is installed inside this location. So where we can keep the data files? By default, the data files and the configuration files. To keep data files and configuration files. So by default inside the data directory, this is the data directory, default data directory. Inside default, inside this directory, by default it's created data files and configuration files. So what is the default port number for? What is the default port number for Postgres? 5432. What is the default super user? Default super user Postgres only. Super user Postgres, default port number 5432. How many database it created? How many DBs created by default? There are 3 database created. Postgres, template 1, template 0. So when you build the PostgreSQL database server, in case of Windows, this is the default home location. It takes default data directory. The purpose of data directory, it's keep the data files and the configuration files. The purpose of home directory, it install Postgres binaries. What is the default port number? 5432. Default super user Postgres. How many database created by default? Postgres, template 1, template 0. We'll discuss in coming classes why they given 3 databases, what is the purpose of Postgres database, what is the purpose of template 1, what is the purpose of template 0. So this is directories required. These are the default port number. This is the super user. By default, it's created super user when you install Postgres database. When you create the database, by default 3 database got created. If you need your own database, you can create. Suppose I need HRMS database. Yes, I can create. First, I log into by default instance Postgres database. You can create your own database, whatever database you need. Any queries from anyone? Okay, so already I think I shared course content. So so this is course content. Every day I open this SQL Excel sheet. So you can see these are the same topics which we discussed. You can see what are the installation types. 4 methods are there in PostgreSQL. Then uninstallation of each and every method. Then PG admin. How to connect the database using GA mode. There is a PG admin tool. We'll discuss PG admin. Customize installation. We'll take the default installation first. Next, how to customize the installation part, different port number, different data directory, different installation location. We'll see customize installation part. Then how to remote connections, means how to application users establish the connection. There we can take the two missions. One is client, other one is the DB server. Then we try to establish the connection. What are the challenges to establish the connection from client to database server? Then cluster, what is the cluster here? Oracle cluster is different here, cluster is different. We'll see cluster configuration, how to configure the cluster. Then multi clusters, how to configure. Then environment variables, how to set up the environment variables. Then what are the shutdown modes and startup modes. Then cluster hierarchy, DB creation. So how many database are there default? If you want to create your own database, how to create, how to drop the database, how to rename the database. Then what is the purpose of each and every database, why they given 3 database, everything will discuss topic wise. Catalog views or data dictionary views, means default system tables are there. So what are the types of system tables, why they given, will discuss each and everything. And schema management. So what is the default schemas available, how to create our own schema, how to alter the schema, how to drop the schema, how to switch one schema to other schema. Enable logging. So by default there is no logging mechanism. We have to enable the logging mechanism so that everything is recorded into one DB log file. So if something goes wrong, you can refer that DB log file, what is happening. Then parameters. Here we discuss static parameter and dynamic parameters, how to change the parameters after changing, what we do, whether it is require restart or not. We'll see everything. How to kill the sections in Postgres, what are the active sections, how to inactive, then how to kill the sections, particular section. Then database size, table size, index size. Then contrib modules. There is a separate topic, contrib modules. Means you can install some extension topic. If you install any extension, we have to implement contrib modules. Then user management. Here you can see we can create the users and the groups, users and roles. Then we have to implement users and roles concept. Then give the access, read-only access, read-write access. Then how to revoke the read access, how to revoke read-write access. Then architecture part. So how to establish the connection. Postmaster, there is a main background process. How when you try to connect the database, what is the happening in the backend? Everything we'll discuss in this session. Then architecture part 1, part 2, memory based, what are the memory areas and what are the process, background process, everything we'll discuss. Then wall files, means it's equal to read log files. Enable archive mode, how to enable archive mode. There is auto commit is there in Postgres, we'll discuss. Table space, how to create, what is the default table spaces. If you want to create your own table space, how to do that, how to assign the table space. Backup, logical backup, physical backup. So we'll discuss what are the types of backups, what are the utilities to take the backup, to restore the backup, what are the utilities, how to take the physical backup, how to do point and recovery, everything we'll discuss in this section. Then upgradation, how to upgrade the database from 11 to 12, whatever, 13 to 14, 13 to 16. Then maintenance task, there are some maintenance tasks is there in Postgres, vacuum full. Okay, so reindex, analyze, then performance tuning, then tools, these are the tools cover. Then some sessions in AWS, like how to create the database in AWS RDS, how to monitor. There is a PG Badger tool, or to visits migration part, PG Bouncer. To manage the connections, we are using PG Bouncer. So these are the course content. So every day we'll open this Excel sheet. What are the topics covered? So we'll mark as a complete. Like this will drive this course. This is part, this is content. Then material part. Okay, so this is okay, so this is my own material. So we prepared okay, so by own. So can see, suppose if you take installation part. Oh, let me go to can see here, suppose, okay, custom installation means how to change the installation, okay, super user, whatever. So can see here, if you take one method, an installation document, source code method, can see So step 1, checking the prerequisites. Then input command is there, output is there. Like this, we can, all the entries are there. Step 2, download the software by using this command. Then copy the software to some other location. Then enter the software. Step 4. Step 5, install the software. Step 6, need Postgres user and set the password. Step 7, create data directory and change the ownership. Then step 8, create the cluster. Like this, step 1, step 2, step 3. For all the topics, like these notepad files, by seeing this notepad, you can install, you can practice by own without other help. This is how we designed material part, because no need to disturb others. So still, if you face any issues, there is a group, WhatsApp group is created. So we'll add who are the finalized the students, we'll add into one WhatsApp group. There you can ping, I'm getting so and so issue. Someone will reply. If no one reply, I will reply to your ping. So these are the material part. Every day we are sharing what are the, after completion of session, we'll share the this material and record. So records are having read access. This material part you can download and you can practice. So the lab section we are using. Okay. So Oracle VirtualBox. We have to download this Oracle VirtualBox. Means like this. You can see here in my desktop. So you can say Oracle VirtualBox. You have to install this Oracle VirtualBox. You have to create virtual machines. On top of mission, you can install Linux, any Linux software. We are using Oracle Linux 7.9. You can use any Linux, but we are using Oracle Linux 7.9. So once Oracle Linux installed, then we can install Postgres database. So for how to install, download this Oracle VirtualBox, how to install Oracle Linux, everything will share the record under, there is a Word document. By seeing this record and Word document, you can set up this lab environment. Still, if you have any issue, so if you can ping in WhatsApp group, or senior students are there, they will help you to set the lab environment. Then for a DB installation part, everything I will show you every day, the topic wise. So every day 1 hour session. So same Zoom application. So it's 8 to 9 a.m. IST. Okay. So Monday to Friday classes are there. So duration will be 30 days. Duration will be 30 days. Okay. So that's about from my side.